Good morning. The February 15th, 2017 meeting of the Board of Estimates is now called to order. In the interest of promoting the order and efficiencies of these hearings, persons who are disruptive to the hearing will be asked to leave the hearing room immediately. Meetings of the Board of Estimates are open to the public for the duration of the meeting. The hearing room must be vacated at the conclusion of the meeting. Failure to comply may result in a charge of trespassing. Madam Deputy Controller, are there any corrections, additions, or deferrals on the agenda?
Good morning. For today's meeting, the board received 2 protests from Ms. Kim Trueheart, one for page 63, item number 6, and the other for pages 1 to 83, all items on the agenda. The board did review Ms. Trueheart's protests, however, they will not be heard. We have one item that's being deferred, and that's page 69, item 14, until March 1st, 2017. I have the following abstentions to report. The Honorable Mayor Pugh will abstain on page 22. The Honorable President Young will abstain on page 18, item 2. And the Honorable Comptroller Pratt will abstain on page 19, item number 3. Remaining on the non-routine agenda is page 78. Mr. President, members of the board, those are the protests received, the one deferral, as well as the abstentions that have been reported. Thank you.
Thank you. I will direct the board members' attention to the memorandum from my office dated February the 13th, 2017, identifying matters to be considered as routine agenda items together with any corrections and additions that have been noted by the Deputy Controller. I will entertain a motion to approve all of the items contained on the routine agenda.
I move the approval of the items on the routine agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carries. The routine agenda has been adopted. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 78, Department of Audits, Audit Reports, and Related Audit Digest. Will the parties please come forward?
Good morning, Mr. President. I'm Bob McCarty, City Auditor, and good morning to the rest of the board, too, also. The Department of Audits has conducted a performance audit of the Baltimore Development Corporation, or BDC. As a result of our audit, we noted 3 areas where the effectiveness of the control procedures could be improved. The first is that BDC did not meet its target for the number of companies assisted in staying in Baltimore City during fiscal year 14. BDC reported that the number of companies assisted was 89 compared to its target of 123. However, BDC did meet its target for the number of companies assisted during fiscal year 15, with 552 reported compared to its target of 142. Based on our testing of the companies assisted, we found that documentation provided by BDC was dated prior to the fiscal year reported for 2 sample selections in fiscal year 14 and 1 sample selection in fiscal year 15. The differences between the number of companies reported and actually assisted was caused by BDC including the companies during the fiscal year that the companies were first contacted. BDC stated that their reporting practice of number of companies assisted have been the same for the past 20 years. We recommend that BDC establish procedures to report the number of companies assisted in staying in Baltimore City in the fiscal year that the companies were actually assisted. BDC stated that it accepts the finding and that several key staff members at the time of the audit period are no longer at BDC, so it could not determine the precise methodology used at that time. BDC has since changed its internal reporting practices and continues to explore best practices on reporting to the city the number of companies assisted in staying in Baltimore City. Finding number 2, BDC met its targets for the number of jobs retained in or attracted to Baltimore City for fiscal years 14 and 15. The reported number of jobs retained or attracted during fiscal year 14 was 23,244 compared to its target of 1,560. And the reported number of jobs retained or attracted during fiscal year 15 was 6,347 compared to its target of 1,785. Based on our testing, we found that we were able to validate only 4,100 jobs of our sample of 21,500 for fiscal year 14 and only 668 jobs of our sample of 2,632 for fiscal year 15. BDC had documentation to support the number of jobs reported as retained or attracted. However, the differences between the number of jobs reported and the number of jobs actually retained or attracted were caused by including projected jobs over the life of the period rather than for jobs actually retained or attracted for each fiscal year. We recommend that BDC determine the industry's best practices to report the number of jobs retained in or attracted to Baltimore City in the fiscal years that the jobs were actually filled. BDC stated that it accepts the finding and that it will work with the Department of Finance and the city auditor to find an alternative capturing and reporting method. BDC stated that it will remain open to changing how these numbers are reported and will explore the industry's best practices. Number 3, the Small Business Resource Center, or SBRC, which is an affiliate of BDC, met BDC's target of 95 seminars and training sessions for fiscal year 14. The reported number of seminars and training sessions held during fiscal year 15 was 191 compared to the target of 100 sessions. But the actual number of sessions for fiscal year 15 was changed to 95, as was reported by BDC in its fiscal year 2014 budget. Therefore, SBRC did not meet BDC's target for the number of seminars and training sessions held in fiscal year 15. The cause of the change in the fiscal year 15 reporting number was that the sessions were kept on a calendar year rather than on a fiscal year basis, and the target was on a fiscal year basis. Based on our testing of the sessions rosters for fiscal years 14 and 15, we found no exceptions. We recommend that BDC review its performance measures included in the budget book to ensure that the reported numbers are consistent with established performance measures, and we also recommend that the inventory for seminars and training sessions be kept on a fiscal year rather than on a calendar year basis. BDC stated that it accepts the finding and that it will work with SBRC to ensure that it accurately reports all activities, and that is now requiring SBRC to report quarterly on seminar and training sessions.
Madam Mayor,
Okay,
Madam Controller,
okay, on page,
both of you.
you stated that you would be working with the Finance Department and the City of Auditor to find alternative methods for capturing and reporting. When do you plan to start this, and how long will the process take?
Madam Comptroller, we've already started this. To add a little bit more color to it, BDC reports the number of jobs for a project the day that it goes through Board of Estimates or the City Council. So what threw these numbers off were Harbor Point. It showed a number of 17,000 jobs, and of course, Harbor Point is going to take a decade or more to get there. We've always, my understanding is BDC has always reported the jobs to Finance in the year in which the project was approved. And that obviously isn't, from an auditor's perspective, when you come in and look, you're not going to find 17,000 new jobs at Harbor Point on day 1. You're going to find it in day 15 or year 18. So we're working to figure out how other municipalities report and other economic development agencies report this. But this is consistent with the way we've been reporting it to Finance for decades.
And so oftentimes when we do these deals with BDC, we give them for the number of jobs that are reported. If they don't meet that target, they have to pay the city, refund the city money. That's correct. Has that been a problem?
That's tracked, and I may have to defer to the Director of Finance because Finance plays a key role in that as well. But yes, we do track the job creation numbers throughout the life of a project. There's annual reporting for many of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with BDC, oftentimes, has there been a problem with BDC reporting that total number of jobs would be created, and the city gives them, there are, how can I explain it? Oftentimes, the deals that we do, it's because BDC says that they're going to create a certain number of jobs. Are we tracking that to make sure that these are actual jobs so that BDC doesn't have to refund money back to the city?
Good morning. I'm Henry Raymond, Director of Finance. There have not been any issues with the projections versus the actuals that are reported by BDC. They do provide the information annually.
Okay.
Madam Mayor?
Yeah, so when you project these jobs and you report them annually, are you reporting them, say if you say that this project's going to create 17,000 jobs, it's not going to create 17,000 jobs next year. So is there a projection year by year? You know, so you're going to, 2,000 are going to come online here, 3,000 are going to come online here. Is that how we do it?
That is correct.
And so, and we're correcting, what are we correcting? That we don't do the projection, that we don't count all of the jobs in the year that the project is funded or whatever? We say we got 17,000 jobs coming as a result of this project, but those 17,000 jobs may not show up for 5 years.
Right, over the term of the project period. So, as Mr. Cole was indicating, what BDC and finance are going to collaborate on is looking at best practices, determine how to more accurately report those projected numbers versus the actual over the life of the project.
Okay, so, Mr. Cole, you've already indicated that the process has begun? So what best practices have we looked at?
Well, we're looking, we're using our counterparts in other jurisdictions to determine how they report to their locality, and we'll look at other cities as well.
Okay,
We started that, we just completed this in the last week, so
okay,
we've just started making those calls. The challenge, of course, is from an auditing perspective, they need it reported one way, and from finance's perspective, they need it reported another, so it may require some type of dual reporting on our part.
so fiscal or annual, we should know that before we do the
Yes,
reporting.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, the audit has been,
Mr. President, I do need to note that BDC also has an annual financial audit, and Mr. Raymond might want to.
okay.
Yeah, for the audit period, fiscal 11, 12, and 13, BDC has an external audit firm to perform the financial audits, and for each of those years, the financial audits were unmodified, meaning that there were no findings. So clean bill of health on the financial audits for this period of time for the quad audits, fiscal 11 through 13.
Who was the outside auditor?
Klein, who actually sold his business to...
State your name.
Sure, I'm sorry. Hi, Kim Clark. I'm the Executive Vice President with BDC. Tom Klein, T.R. Klein was the company at the time, and Mr. Klein now sold his business, but he was our auditor in the current years as well, and the name of the company eludes me. I'll send that to you.
Okay, thank you.
And I'd like to add that Mr. Raymond provided those audit reports to me, and they worked out fine.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
No requirements. Thank you.
The audits have been noted. There have been no more business before this board. This board will recess until bid opening at 12 noon. Thank you.
Take a breath, take a moment. Good afternoon. The Board of Ethics is now in session for the receiving and opening of bids. I have 2 addenda to read for today. B50004841, mowing of grass in medians. The bid is being extended to March 1st, 2017 for the receipt of bids. SWC 16310R, Northwest Transfer Station Building Renovation and Site Improvements. Please extend the bid due date from February 15th to March 1st, 2017. Those are the addenda for today.
Hearing no objection, so ordered.
WC 1355, Urgent Need Water Infrastructure Rehabilitation. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. J. Fletcher Kramer and Son, Inc., with a bid bond. $5,607,878. Spiniello Companies with a bid bond. $3,873,300. Metra Industries with a bid bond. $4,565,512.50. I see the names of different ways. Yeah, right. R.E. Harrington Plumbing and Heating Company, Inc., with a bid bond. $3,765,900. Maybe I had the wrong bid. This is $13.55. Let's make sure. That's why I was looking, because I said it's duplicate there anyway. I'll keep looking back here to see. I make a motion to refer the bid of R.E. Harrington Plumbing and Heating / Robert E. Harrington to the Law Department for review.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed. The matter having been properly moved and second is referred to the Law Department for review.
Civil Construction LLC with a bid bond. $4,869,525.
Refer these bids to the Department of Public Works for tabulation and report.
WC 1356 AMI/R urgent need metering infrastructure repair and replacement, various locations, up to 2-inch water service. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. Civil Construction LLC with a bid bond. $6,092,605. R.E. Harrington Plumbing and Heating Company, Inc., with a bid bond. $3,994,581.50. R.E. Harrington Plumbing and Heating Company with a bid bond. $3,994,581.50. Sure. Metra Industries with a bid bond. $20,255. Spiniello Companies with a bid bond. $4,663,300.
Refer these bids to the Department of Public Works for tabulation and report.
TR 12311, replacement of 3 bridges over MD 295, Waterview Avenue Bridge, Annapolis Road Bridge, and Mazel Street Pedestrian Bridge. Corridor-wide guide sign replacement, Bush Street to City County line. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. The Lane Construction Corporation with a bid bond. $39,978,923.
Refer this bid to the Department of Transportation for tabulation and report.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, this is purchases. Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. So you know what agency I'm leaving yet. Okay. This looks like. It may just be. Let me see if it's a stamp duplicate. Here's stamp duplicate. Same. Here's all our duplicates. B5 000 4830, mowing and debris removal for vacant lots and abandoned properties 2. A bid bond is not required. Evergreen Landscape and Design Company, $243,040. This is all their stuff. Elite Contracting Services Corporation, $334,000. Okay, let's see. Does it add up? That's 400, yeah, I'm gonna read that. You can see it there. Wait a minute. What are the other numbers? I'm coming up with the 7, I'm coming with 8. I have 8 there, and then I have 17. I got the right number. Second. It doesn't seem to add up. See, it is too much. I'm correct. It's basically 376. It's too much money. Yes, those are the 3. 1 to 3. Let me figure it. Because these don't add up either. Because there's too much. Right. No, it's our day. I make a motion to refer the bid of Elite Contracting Services Company to the Law Department for review.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. None opposed. The matter having properly been moved and second is referred to the Law Department for review.
Just take this. Thank you. Thanks, Audrey. Yes. Thank you. First Potomac ENV period Corp. $4,974,100. I know. I know. Forest Valley Tree and Turf LLC. $545,100. Toted Inc. Toted Inc. $1,751,550. MAC Landscaping, LLC, doing business as Rooted in Nature. $399,600. P2 Cleaning Services, $381,190. Trash Elite, DMV, LLC. $430,720.
I have one more. All Miles
Okay.
LLC.
Let me see, maybe I put it up here. Yeah, let me make sure it's under here. L Miles LLC. Let me look at that. This is the first. Looking for a bid. Yeah, I'm looking to make sure I got it, because the names are similar. One was 2. The first one was 2. This is 1. Yeah, all mine. Maybe mixed up or something, because it's on that list. And it may not even have one. Just check the numbers right now. Okay. I'm checking. Okay, I'm looking here in the second stack, because we have 2. One is, 1, and the other's 2, the same title. We have in all mines here, but making sure we don't have a missed number for this, the 4830 in here too. It could be, we just had the 1. For all mines. You got it? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All Mines LLC, $14,885. Excuse me? It's for the item we have. The number I read, sir. And that was, I'll read the bid number for you. That was B50004830. Okay, thank you.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
B50004833, mowing and debris removal for vacant lots and abandoned properties, 1. Evergreen Landscape and Design Corp., $29,840. First Potomac ENV Corp., $673,250. Yes, sure. And that was again First Potomac ENV Corp.
Got it.
Okay. $673,250. Thank you. Sorry. Forest Valley Tree and Turf LLC, $68,850. All Mines LLC, $14,885. Toted Inc., $355,735. H.F. Huber and Son LLC, $23,247. MAC Landscaping LLC, doing business as Rooted in Nature, $50,600. P2 Cleaning Services LLC, $49,470. Elite Contracting Services Corporation, $47,900. $900.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
Trash Elite DMV LLC.
That was it?
That was it? Wait a minute. Well, we're missing one then, it looks like. I did Trash Elite, read it? Okay, I had that extra one. I'm sorry. I did two. That's fully the whole. That's the Elite one, but this is a different one. This is another one. I did Elite Contracting. This is Trash Elite. See me that on the list? Okay. It's a correct one, we had to add them
So
in.
let's correct that. Different addresses, but we don't have, and in fact, that list ends there, so let's add the contract needs another.
Oh, okay. So you had to add that one, okay. That's when I read a minute ago. Okay, I got it, okay. So I gotta read this one first then. Okay, so you have to read Elite and then redo it. Okay, I have to read that one again. Let me read this one again. Because, yeah, now read that trash next, at the last one. Thank you. Elite Contracting Services Corp. $47,900. You need an address for trash, you need two?
And now we need Trash Elite.
Yes, okay. Sorry about that. Trash Elite DMV LLC. $51,320.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
B50004849, phosphoric acid, 15%. A bid bond is not required. Maryland Chemical Company, Inc., $725,000. George S. Coyne Chemical Company, Inc., $84,290.54. Shannon Chemical Corporation. B7. $88,166.67. Kim Wright, Inc., $689,000.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
There being no further business, we are adjourned.